Hello and welcome to the Buzzerbeater Show, episode 72. My name is David Jones, and today we're going to talk about the Knicks. Whoa. The finals what I'm guessing what the finals are going to look like, and the KD and Draymond interview. So, the Knicks, are their expectations to make the playoffs and going deeper into playoffs as expected legit or maybe unreal? It's really hard right now to make the playoffs if with this loaded Eastern Conference. You feel me? Like, this conference is so loaded, it's like out of this world. Like, they have Miami, they have the Celtics, they have Milwaukee, they have the Nets, they have the Pacers, they have they have Philly. Philly's still in the run in my opinion. Who could be number 2 though? They have the Hawks, the Knicks. Wait. What team am I missing? Nah, not the Magic. Maybe the Bulls. Maybe. So those are 9 teams that could be legitimately a threat to the Knicks. I mean, okay, 8 teams. 8 teams, my bad. I mean, I think the Bulls are easily to beat. No, not easily. Of course, not easily. But they're maybe the weaker opponent than, for example, Milwaukee or Miami. It's just, if they really if Randall continues having a great regular season, I hope this just wasn't just one good season and then it's all over. But the reason why one of the reasons why they lost against the Hawks, I think the Hawks were just more talented too. But a second reason was maybe because Kyle Lowry, not Kyle, what am I talking about? There was only Randall and Rose. There were legitimate scorers, and Randall didn't show up at all. No, he was, maybe except for Game 5, where it didn't matter really anymore because they were down by 20. He showed up. I mean, the best game in that series was probably Game 2. But Randall didn't show up in that game either. The players that showed up were probably Bullock, Burks, Rose, of course, RJ, Obi Toppin, and maybe Quickly. Those were the players that actually showed up in that game. And now they have actual other shooters that are consistent, like Fournier and Kemba. And that's what the Knicks were missing the entire playoffs, shooters that are consistent. RJ sometimes do some weird shit, in the last couple of minutes where you're thinking, what the fuck am I watching? Jesus Christ. Quickly, it's not really that consistent. He has his moments, but he's not really that consistent. Obi doesn't get the ball as much, and he doesn't get as much minutes. He could, I think, you have to let Obi do what he can. He had some great minutes in these playoffs. Burks is a streaky shooter, and not really as consistent as well. Reggie Bullock. He was consistent, but he didn't get the ball that much, and he didn't have that much minutes as in the regular season. So hopefully, these two guys can bring the Knicks back to some glory. Not if they don't make the playoffs. Oof. It's tough. It's tough for Knicks fans, myself. It's tough. So, what are the finals going to look like? Knicks and Lakers? Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, the Knicks are not going to make... I don't think so. I'm going to make... If the Knicks make the playoffs... I will burn all of my Kristaps. No, not one Kristaps Porzingis jersey that I still have. I have like 3 of them. Were you thinking like, ugh, oh God? But hear me out. I'll burn the one that is probably the most hideous, or not the most. I'm gonna burn a Kristaps Porzingis jersey. I have no use for that anymore. So yeah, if they make the finals, which I don't think is gonna happen, but I made a bet and I'm gonna keep my promise. And I will show a video where I burn my Kristaps Porzingis jersey. But I would probably say it's the Lakers and Nets. So you think like, oh my God, that's such a boring review. Hear me out. The Suns could have not beaten the Lakers if the Lakers were healthy with AD, LeBron, Dennis Schroeder, Andre Drummond, all consistent on the floor. They would have beat. If LeBron was on real LeBron mode, he would have beaten that team easily. Easily. And the Bucks, bro, if the Net, like, no cap, bro, if the Nets were actually, like, if they had all their 3-star players, you could see, like, they lost the two first games when Kyrie was still healthy, and then game 3 they won because Kyrie got hurt. And I mean, Harden was playing on an injury. Yeah, I heard it, but if these injuries hadn't happened, it would have been Lakers against Nets. Lakers would have beaten the Suns in the first round. They would have beaten the Jazz because the Jazz are not as experienced in the playoffs. And Rudy Gobert can't really close out. Like, he's just in the zone. So either he's like either he's like in that zone. You know what I like, the shooting, like the what's it called? The zone. I forgot what it's called. He doesn't really close out that much, and that would have been a problem for him if somebody like, I don't know, AD takes his mid-range shots, or I don't know, Ben McLemore. Ben McLemore was not bad from 3. He was really not bad. If somebody like Ben McLemore could have hit a 3, or even LeBron shooting a 3, like, that would have worked. The Clippers, if Kawhi had this would have been an exciting playoff series. Just, I don't know if the Clippers, I think the Lakers, I'm not really sure. The Clippers were definitely better this season, as expected, also in the playoffs. Just them losing Kawhi was probably also a reason why the Suns didn't came as far. But I don't know. I would say like the Lakers would win like in 7. I would say 7. Like, yeah. And the Suns, if Chris Paul would have given the same performance as he gave for the finals, it would have not have been working out. Like, especially against the Lakers. The Lakers are really, they are deadly in the fast break. Like in the finals against Miami, I was like, oh my God, why, Jesus Christ. It was so bad sometimes. I was like, what is happening? And they also would have won above the Sun and Jazz because they have more experience. I mean, they have LeBron James on their motherfucking team. They have KD. And the Nets and the Lakers. Nah, bro, that would have been easy money. Not easy money, but would have been harder for the Suns to win and easier for the Lakers to win. Yeah. I don't know. If I'm not taking anything away from both of these teams. They had great seasons. But I would have say if these teams were healthy, completely healthy, it would have looked a little different. That's all I'm saying. I'm not taking anything away from them. Good. KD and Draymond Green's interview. KD said there wasn't any beef between Draymond and him. And I'm like, I don't really believe that shit. Like, when they talk to each other during this thing, I was like, oh God. Oh, this is not pretty at all. Hell nah, bro. This is not pretty. No. This shit is not good at all. Hell nah. Like, against the Clippers, they lost against the Clippers because of that. Like, no cap. And second of all, KD also said in an interview he didn't want to be the only guy in... He wanted to be number one in somewhere else, not Golden State. I mean, he said it was frustrating because of him, like... So, he said it like this. If somebody like Kevin Durant, like what he has done in the league, like changing teams, OKC, a lot of people being mad at him, Cavs fans being mad at him because he left the team, and because of that, the Cavs didn't win any more championships. I'm just saying, bro, if somebody like Kevin Durant gets more hate than other players, like who talk shit on Twitter, except for like burner accounts like Draymond, maybe like little LeBron, Patrick Beverly, who's a big Twitter trash talker, Joel Embiid, Cat, all of these guys are a little... I mean, Karl Anthony Towns, all of these guys are a little... They can talk shit, like no cap, they can. But... It was just... he said it was just a hard situation. I believe that. Sharing the space with four also... I mean... I'm not counting motherfucking DeMarcus Cousins because they didn't win a championship with him, first of all. And that year he played for them, he wasn't an all-star. And I think it was just rough for them. But what I don't believe is that they didn't have like any... I mean, they said they have disagreement, but they didn't say they have any beef. Bro, that's cap. That's cap. I don't know, bro. That's not true, bro. Like, I don't believe that. Like, they were so frustrated and getting like they weren't like even talking to other teammates. They were just strictly against each other. Like that was like something like that had boiled over. I remember that game. They lost against the Clippers and then he didn't give Draymond didn't give the ball up for Kevin Durant, although Kevin Durant was wide open, and then Kevin Durant complained about it, and it was just, no, it wasn't good. And I do believe that the hate towards Kevin Durant needs to stop. Like, only against the Harden. Like, I don't really like the move that he took Harden, because now it's like, again, oh my god, he can't win without a super team, which, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But I think the hate that he's getting is sometimes a little too much. It's a little too much. It's still like from salty Cavs fans, which is like almost like when this happened, when he changed teams, as he said in their interview, it's 5 years ago. It's half decade later. Like, I don't know. But I'm not taking anything away that he won with Golden State. I still believe that 2017 Golden State Warriors were 2016-2017 Golden State Warriors were the best Golden State team of all time. It was the best team of all time. No cap. I don't see the Bulls, 1996 Bulls, winning against these guys. No. I'm sorry, Bulls fans, but nah, bro. Nah. There was too much star power. Not even Michael Jordan could win against these guys. No. No. I know you want to discard LeBron for not winning us, but not even Jordan could do that, okay? I'm not taking anything away that Jordan did. Jordan is still number one on my list. But he couldn't have won against Golden State. 2016, 2017 Golden State. No. There's absolutely no way. Prove me wrong. But I don't believe that. So, if you like this podcast, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace!